Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing / sharing my first impressions of Ark Survival Evolved for the PS4. Now, this game is in early access, so if you're going to buy this game, make sure you're aware that there are bugs and graphical hiccups here and there. I recorded a first impressions video of Ark a few days ago. It was a live commentary and I was playing solo, but I've since had to scrap it because I was missing out on one of the best aspects of the game: tribes and politics. Having a tribe of people to play with helps you get things done way quicker. Not only is the camaraderie great, but it also benefits everyone in the tribe. As when you're offline, your tribe mates can continue to gather resources and build the strength for the tribe while also protecting your unconscious body. Now, in Ark, it has a persistent online world. So if you're not playing online and you log off, or you go and play somewhere else, play on another server or something, your character that you created for that server will stay there and will just be unconscious and vulnerable. Anyone can kill you, they can drag you around, they can put you in a cage, they can do whatever they want with you, they can have their way. So that is a very interesting aspect of Ark, because when you're sleeping, your character in Ark is sleeping. And I think that's amazing, the way it blends reality like that and makes it feel like you're actually you're living a second life when you're playing this game. And I think that is really, really interesting. And the politics are also interesting. Everyone having roles and positions of power is a whole other bunch of stuff to think about for your tribe, all whilst thinking about the bigger world of the server. Now, I like to play games that make me think. A lot of games, you just smash the button and things, go well, everything works out. Some games, they're a little harder. You need to have finesse. Some games, you need to aim really well, or you need to have twitch reflexes. Now, in Ark, you have to think about your enemies. You have to think about other players that you don't even know yet. So if you see some random guy, you have to think about, is he going to be trying to murder me, or is he not going to try to murder me? Should we team up with him? Should we leave him alone? What can we do? And because resources are so scarce, it gives you that kind of motivation to go out and rob people. I'm laughing about it because it's fun, isn't it? It's all in good fun. Going out and robbing people is fucking hilarious. But it gives you that motivation to go out and rob people, because if they got some stuff that you need, then, you taking it from them is probably going to be easier, taking it from another player, than having to contend with the dinosaurs on the island. I haven't even started to talk about the dinosaurs yet. This is a survival game with dinosaurs. The dinosaurs do not care about you trying to survive. They want to kill you. Like, the dinosaurs want to eat you and keep it moving. They do not joke, and they are very, very ferocious, and they are very intimidating. You do not want to run into most of these dinosaurs, to be honest, especially by yourself. I don't know how a lot of people would be getting these dinosaurs solo. When I was with a tribe, when I finally got my tribe and I got together with a group of players, it was way easier to take down these dinosaurs and get together. But I think that just showcases the human power, the power of the human. Because one-on-one, a dinosaur versus a human, the human's generally gonna die unless you're really high level, or you're really good and you got some tools that's gonna help you out and whatnot. But grouping up and coming together, you can basically club a dinosaur into submission and everything will work out pretty fine. So yeah, the power of the human organism coming together is really, really interesting. I think this game explores that a lot, because it also explores the humanity of, just seeing another player on the server and thinking whether you're going to try and rob them or not, or if you're going to try and be friends. As I said earlier, like, I love the way I'm always calculating these things and seeing whether it's a good idea to break into this guy's base who hasn't built or hasn't been seen in a very long time. Maybe he'll have some good stuff, or maybe he'll come back and see us doing it and maybe he'll tell everyone, and then maybe we'll have the whole server trying to destroy us or whatnot. So these kind of things that you have to deal with, very, very interesting in my opinion. I've been playing on an official PvP server, by the way. There is player versus everything PvE, and you can also play solo. I believe the best way to play this game is to play PvP, not because you want to go out and kill everyone or because you want to rob everyone, but because that element is there. Like, that element makes it way more interesting. Now, if you play on a PvE server, you get with some friends, you build up a base. Yeah, that's cool. But then what? You see a guy on the beach, you're both on the beach, you're both a fresh spawn. There's no tension there. There's no, is he gonna kill me? It's just, okay, we're just two people inhabiting the same world, basically playing solo. Maybe we can get together and be friendly. But I like the fact that you can have enemies, you can find some, like, you can have dickhead players who will just try and murder you and do bullshit stuff for no reason. Like, that once in a while keeps things interesting, and it keeps things fun and hilarious. So I recommend playing on PvP servers, and in each server there is a limit of 70 players. There are a few servers which have a limit of 100 players, but I have not played in those. I joined a server that had about 30 online players at the time, instead of one of the servers that was already full, so me and my tribe actually had a fighting chance. On each server there are alpha tribes. These are the tribes that have the most power and resources, so they can make the rules and generally dictate what the other tribes on the server can and can't do. This is the goal of Ark, or at least my goal is to become an alpha tribe with my tribe, the Saviors 420. I called my character Negan. Is, we're getting involved. But I met another tribe who we're allied with at the moment. Their tribe name's a bit hard to narrow down because it's not very simple. It's initials. There's like 5 initials, so I'm not gonna quote them and shout them out right now because I just don't remember. I'm gonna write down their tribe name so we can remember in like my tribe resources, my tribe notes and whatnot. But we met this tribe, and these guys aren't the alpha tribe. They were, I don't even know where they are in relation to the alpha tribe, but I got to their base. This was even before I really built my tribe to more than 2 members. We were only 2 members deep at that point. I got to their base. They took me in their, I think it was a Pteranodon. They just picked me up in their claws and flew me like way across the map from where I had started. And I didn't even know that there was this much land to be covered, and they took me there, and the way their base blew my mind. It was so much bigger than the humble abode that I was dealing with, and so much better, and they had way more dinosaurs. They had like, I don't know, over 20 dinosaurs and whatnot just sitting around ready to be used and breeded and all that sort of shit. But I think we had probably 2 dinosaurs, maybe 1 at that time, without any perimeter, no walls. So it was very, very, very vulnerable to raiders, which, we did get raided. We got robbed in the night. That's what happens. But seeing that tribe and seeing how far advanced they were compared to us, and just imagining how far advanced the alpha tribe is compared to us is very interesting, because it shows us what we're working towards, what we need in order to compete and whatnot. And I think, it's very cool. Now, you can play Ark and build a little hut and start a farm to trade with other players and live a modest life. I mean, with my tribe, I don't just want to create a big tribe and then start murdering all the other players. I do want to create alliances and have, certain people we can trade with so that we can, get resources easier and whatnot. But you'll probably be robbed when you sleep if you play solo and you're trying to live a modest life. And you'll probably be terrorized and maybe even robbed when you're awake by the bad apples. Like, there will be bad people in the server. Generally, I've found the servers have been generally quite friendly. I've only really played on 1, maybe 2 servers max. But this is the server that I've played on properly and have extended time. So I've only really played on 1. And There were rules to the server. The Alpha Tribe set rules. They said no raiding, no building a mountain, stuff like that. So generally they want to keep a friendly server. They want everyone to work together and there to be no robberies for no reason. But I did wake up in the middle of the night. Well, not really. I started my stream like an hour after I finished filming a video, and all of a sudden I heard someone beating down my door. And as I looked over there to see what was happening, the door broke. The guy came in, and we started going at it. It didn't end well. And he walked away with a lot of our stuff. We didn't really have much, so I don't know if it was worth what he was doing, but he took all our hide and stuff like that. And yeah, that is the kind of thing that can happen when you do not have good defenses, and it makes the game more interesting. It does make it frustrating at times, but I believe it really adds a lot of interesting variables to it. So it's not just you stock hoarding all your resources and then the game becomes boring, because that's what I feel happens in Minecraft and certain other games. But let's continue. You can always respawn and rebuild. The life of a solo player is a hard one, but with dedication you can persevere. You may not be able to take on a bigger tribe with tech rexes, but you can get by. As I said before, Ark is like living a second life, I believe. I think there was a game, or I don't know if they called it a game. Maybe it was like some sort of online community. There was something called Second Life. It was out a while ago. I think it was on PC. I never really played it, but it looked interesting. This is what I believe Ark is akin to, but I think Ark is way more deep because you actually have to survive. Like in Second Life, I just think it was like a community hub where you could go clubbing and stuff and create a character and just chat to people. But this, you actually have to survive and you can be murdered. Now, food spoils in this game, and the fact that food spoils forces you to continue hunting and playing the game, preventing mass storage of foods. As I said before, in Minecraft I always found myself getting burnt out after I'd finished my basic base and crafted all the necessary items. Most recipes in this game include hide, so that forces you to go out and engage with the dinosaurs, because that is the only way you can get hide. You need to kill a dinosaur. I don't know if you can get hide from people. I really doubt it. But yeah, as far as I know, you need to kill dinosaurs to get hide, so it forces you to interact with them, and I think that's a good design decision. Taming dinos does take very long in early game. Resource harvesting also takes quite long. Making resources scarce makes for interesting gameplay, as other players will break into your base at night and try to rob you blind, as I said before. I'm just about hitting the mid game in Ark, and I'll probably create another review type video when I see what there is to experience further down the tech tree. You start out like a typical caveman, from punching trees to crafting primitive tools and weapons, and you can progress all the way to riding T-Rexes and other dinos while shooting at a savage with your automatic rifle. It's very interesting. The scope is very large. It does take a bit of a while though. It's not super easy. You don't start on day one punching trees and on day 3 you've got an assault rifle. You really got to work at it, and this game is hard. It's brutal. This is the survival game of all survival games for me, at least on the PS4, because I don't have a PC. There's probably loads of other survival games there, but I haven't tried them out, so I can't speak on them. You have to eat, drink, keep warm, get housed, and hope to God you don't get robbed, raped, and wrestled from your bed in the night, only to find yourself waking up in a cage when you log on and being forced to eat your own shit in order to die and respawn to exact your revenge. You also have to avoid diseases, which is another interesting mechanic. The only disease in the game at the moment is swamp fever. And last night on my stream, my tribe was ravaged with swamp fever. It passed from person to person, to dodo to person, to sleeping body to person. We had to kill and eat one of our tribe members in order to quell the epidemic. Well, we didn't have to eat them, but we weren't going to let good meat go to waste. Like, that's not very good. I could talk so much more about Ark, and I probably will in upcoming videos. And even though this isn't a full review, it is currently $29.99 on the PSN store for the basic version. For the base version, I mean, and $39.99 for the base version and its DLC. Yes, you heard right. It has DLC and the game isn't out. It's in early access. I believe that's very silly, but you know, the game's so good that I'm not gonna sit around moaning about it. I haven't even finished the island to move on to the DLC. I don't know when I'll have time to do that. Maybe in like a month or something. But nevertheless, Ark is definitely worth the price and is an experience I think every gamer should have. Please go get it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that if you thought I was. But I'm really having a lot of fun playing this game. If you do get this game and you want to join a tribe, let me know in the comment section below. I'll give you the info so we can get you set up in the tribe and we can, you can get on the same server as me and we can get this popping. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that like button if you like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe as I'll be putting out loads of Ark videos. I am actually going to start basing my channel around Ark, I believe. Just putting out loads of Ark videos, streaming Ark, doing all that sort of stuff. Like, this is how good the game is. I don't think you understand. That's how good the game is. Some people might not like it. If you don't like survival games, you might not like it. I wouldn't know. Everything's subjective in the end, but I really enjoyed it. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what kind of Ark videos you want to see, what other games you want me to review, what other, tutorials and tips you want to see. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.